back. You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shanna Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use, and today's is very timely information. We did a lot on the flooding last weekend. We talked about flood insurance and a lot of things that were going along with the floods, and now we are talking more about project management. We talked about the 203K loans that can help you if you were in the process of buying a house and it flooded and you still want to be able to close on it. We talked about that, and this segment we are talking with Brett Hatfield from Downunda Pools, and we are going to be talking about what you need to do to get your pool back in working condition after the floods. So talking with Brett today because a lot of people whose backyards flooded, even if their house didn't flood, if their backyards flooded and the pools overflowed, they have a lot of issues going on with it. So we brought Brett in today because he's the expert on pools. We appreciate you coming in.
Hey, thanks for having us, Shannon. It's great to be here.
So I think the first and foremost thing is before the storm comes, you really should prepare before the storm comes.
Just like anything else, we know it's coming and know that there's an event is going to occur, and so some really simple things is make sure that the overflow in the pool, just in case hopefully we're not going to go underwater like some areas have. Make sure the overflow is clear and it's going to discharge out into the street or wherever your overflow is discharging to. Mm-hmm. Take the pool cleaner out of the pool if you do happen to go underwater and there's a lot of debris and the water is really dark. You don't want to be kind of getting down there and trying to get in there to get that out. Plus, it's just going to soil up. So you best just take that out. We'll address the fact that it's really filthy right after the storm. We'll kind of get into that in a little bit, but just get prepared.
Prepare your patio furniture and stuff so it doesn't wind up in the pool if there's high winds.
Yes.
Like for hurricane season.
Yes.
And then take the Polaris out or the pool cleaner out of the pool so the debris that falls in, it's not getting tangled in it.
Yep, exactly. Take, umbrellas, furniture, you're correct. Stuff, debris in the yard that might float around or become dislodged in some way. Anything that could be a hazard to your health, absolutely get that. And the other thing you might want to consider is if you're not sure if you're in a flood area, it's not going to hurt for the equipment to be off for a while. Maybe go ahead and shut those breakers off straight away. Mm-hmm. Turn them back on at the end of the event. And off you go.
Mm-hmm. And do you have to reset everything if you do that? Reset your timers and everything?
No, you don't. It's a computer. It's just like your PC or your laptop. If you switch it off, everything is still there. So no, you do not have to reprogram everything.
I wish sprinkler systems were like that. Some of them probably are, right? There's not the one at my house.
There you go.
Okay, so all the big debris that's in the pool, how do you get rid of that? Should you jump in there and just pull it out? What should you do?
Certainly don't recommend jumping into a pool that you can't see what's in the bottom. And at the end of an event like this, it's going to vary from area to area as to how soiled it is. It might just be really green. In some cases, it's going to be really, really muddy and a lot of debris in the pool. So my suggestion is to, first of all, if you're not sure what to do, is call a professional. Have somebody come out there and deal with it. Mm-hmm. But if you're the adventurous type and you want to get out there and just you get it done yourself, as go out there, get your leaf rake, the leaf net, and then lift out any debris that can be seen, any heavy debris. There could be some logs and things, floating things. Once again, big word of caution. With the type of flooding event that we just had, we've dislodged and moved a lot of wildlife. We've seen on TV the reports. We see on Facebook snakes. I've seen a lot of reports of coral snakes. Mm-hmm. Warning. They're deadly and they're not to be messed with. If you're not sure, don't be putting your hands in that water, especially into skimmer boxes and that kind of thing. They need to be approached with the utmost of caution. Mm-hmm. So best thing is that you can do is use your your aluminum telescopic pole with a leaf rake on it and lift out any heavy debris or leaves and things that might be floating on their sticks, branches, and what have you. Get all that kind of stuff out first.
Okay, and then what's next? next?
Next would be what we want to do is we want to, first of all, big no is do not drain your pool. Okay, so a lot of people think, well, the best way to deal with this is
get rid of
water's. Yep, get rid of it. The water's resided. I don't have water, 1 foot up on my steps or around the house anymore. I'm just going to go ahead and drain the pool, and it's a big mistake. And here's why. Here in Houston, we have expansive soil. It will hold the water, and the water table is still going to be high underneath the ground. If you drain the pool, it will pop out of the ground.
So don't drain the pool.
Do not drain the pool. Once again, if you want to drain the pool, please consult a professional, consult somebody and ask whether you should do it or whether you shouldn't. And so in cases when professionals are doing it, they know what needs to be done and will advise you. Once the water level, like I said, has gone down, what we want to do is we want to start to get the water to go clear again. Before we can get it balanced, we need to get it clear so that we can see what's on the bottom. At that point, you need to consult with a licensed, experienced electrician, because if you've had that much water around your house, the pumps have more than likely gone underwater. If you left your power on, it's popped the breaker. So those pumps have gone underwater. It's shorted out and unpopped the breakers.
And they sit out there in the rain all the time, but it's a little different when it's submerged.
It's a lot different. Yeah, okay. So if they can live with the rain, and they're covered up. They're designed to withstand torrential rainpours, but they're not designed to go underwater. And so having an electrician come out, he's going to take the back off the pump and expose the motor and determine if there's anything that's dangerous, a hazard, clean it up, take care of it. So once again, reset the breakers and make sure that the pool is safe, that it's not electrified. All pools should have a 360-degree bond going all the way around them. Even so, a licensed electrician come out there, check it, and make sure that it's safe.
Okay, definitely want a safe pool.
Yep, absolutely. So then once we know that we have power back to the equipment, and we're in safety mode, we're going to turn the pump on, and we're going to want to run the pump constantly.
24/7.
24/7. Do not shut it off. If your pool is really dark and you cannot see the bottom, you need to run it constantly. You really do, because it's nasty. And in some cases, it might take 24 to 48 hours, depending upon how bad it is. It could take a long time. So,
like a week. How long?
It can take up to a week. It really can. Okay. So the three things you need to do to clear up the pool. First of all is filter the system, pool chemicals, and you. So what do I mean by you? When you turn that filter on, you can imagine all that dirt and mud and debris and leaves and everything that are in the pool. They're all going to end up in the little basket at the pump.
Yeah.
So that is going to have to be cleaned out on a really regular basis. And this could be as much as every hour.
Okay, just depends on how bad it is. At least the first few hours to get the big stuff out.
Correct.
Okay.
So the next thing is those filters, depending upon what type of filtration system you have, and there's 3 types. There's DE, which is short for diatomaceous earth. Most people know what that is if you have one. There's cartridge filters, and then there's sand. If you have a DE, it's going to be a long day because once that system gets soiled, it's not going to filter the water anymore. It's not going to do anything. And you will know, because on all filtration systems, there should be a pressure gauge. You'll see that pressure gauge rise. And once you see that pressure gauge coming up, 40, 50 PSI, it's soiled. it has to be broken down and the filtration system cleaned out, reassembled, and then start all over again. That's why with DE, for those that have a DE filter, which is diatomaceous earth, you will run your backwash, and then you'll clean out all the old DE, and you will have to recharge it, and that could be every hour, every couple of hours.
Wow, that's a lot of work. That's a full Saturday.
It's a lot of work. Yeah,
maybe your Saturday and Sunday.
You gotta hope you don't live in a 100-year floodplain and
have a pool with you.
Seek higher ground. So it can be a long process, and you know, this is if you're going to do it yourself. You might want to hire somebody to come and sit down and nurse it and do that for you. You know, that's going to be an individual choice. So even with a cartridge filter, you'll remove the top of the filter. There's 4 cartridges in there. You'll take those out, which is the easiest way. I do recommend cartridge filters. Hose them off, put them back in, and off you go again. Once the pool is starting to go clear, and once again, there's a lot of variables in there, so I can't tell you it will take 1 day, 2 days, or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's really going to depend on each situation. Once it starts to go clear, then you're going to want to put chemicals in the pool.
Shock it.
Shock it. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And it will begin to go clear. Once again, you can put a gallon of shock in the pool. And I'm not the chemical guy. But if you shock the pool, it may require more dependent upon how soiled it is. I highly recommend bringing in your pool cleaner, your pool guy, and have him advise you on what's going to be best. Mm-hmm. Once again, every situation, even out there when pools are not underwater and everything's perfect and the summer's wonderful.
Sometimes it's still hard to get them perfect.
Everybody's water chemistry is different because there are different factors in the yard that will affect that water. Yeah. You might have had the bug guy come around. It only takes microscopic amounts of chemicals to go in the pool and offset the balance. It's not going to go south. It's not going to turn green. But water is always trying to balance itself. Coming back to once we get the water clear, you're going to want to put the chemicals in it. It's also, you're going to see at that point, start to see the bottom of the pool, and you're going to see heavier debris that may have floated around and settled in the bottom of the pool. If you've not taken the cleaner out of the pool prior to an event, at this point, since you can see in the water and you know that it's clear, there's nothing in there that's going to bite snakes. You or harm you, or rats. I would take the cleaner out, and I would have that cleaned separately. Mm-hmm. And then put back in the pool and start to run it. Before you run it, make sure you've got really heavy debris, because all it's going to do is get in the way of the cleaner
and mess it up,
and it's not going to clean.
Yeah,
it's not going to clean the pool properly.
All right, great information. This is great information for after the flooding and storm, how to clean up your pool. Also for after hurricanes, because we have hurricanes in this area, and it's going to require the same cleanup if you have a lot of high winds in your yard that put a lot of debris in your pool. So great information from Downunda Pools. Brett Hatfield here in the studio today. Brett, how can people find your pool company online if they want to go out and take a look and give you a call?
You can go to downundapools.com. That's DOWNUNDAPOOLS.com. Or you can feel free to give me a call if you're looking for some information or some guidance, and I really don't mind helping. You can call me at 281-236-4344.
Wonderful. Thanks for coming in today. We appreciate you being on the show. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors here on Houston Real Estate Radio.